Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix weekend here on F124. Your guys' favourite one where you get to watch me bounce off all the walls and lose about 17 front wings. So this should be very interesting. If we match, however, the chaos of the Imola Grand Prix weekend in the last episode, I will be very surprised. Absolutely monstrous weekend in terms of action. So do check that out if you missed it. It'll be on the channel page for you. Of course, if you want to see all of the behind the scenes of every single Grand Prix weekend, then come and join me on stream as well. Links are in the description down below to the Twitch channel and to the YouTube channel where I stream all of my content. But thank the Lord, it's fully dry, lads. We have an entirely sunshiny weekend, which is fantabulous. We need to set our goals. We'll do that in a moment before we head into the weekend. We have some parts in progress at the minute, but they're not going to be done before we jump into this race weekend. So we are again at 100 difficulty here, and well, Monaco is not my strongest track. It's probably the most diplomatic way to phrase it. So I'm expecting to be quite slow here, and then we may well up the difficulty for the next round of the championship, which of course will be Canada. We might go up to 102, perhaps maybe even 103 for that. We'll just play it by ear, but we'll see what we can do here in Monaco. I'm going to go and set my goals, etc. We might be able to get up to level 1 in both the Wind Tunnel Engineer and the Power Unit Consultant in this round of the championship, which would be good because we get some extra bonuses and boosts to our resource points and growth in turn. So drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you for your support thus far on the save. Hopefully you're enjoying and will continue to enjoy as we push further forward into this World Championship. Next up, Monaco. Here we go. Not a great turn one. We are 4 tenths up on Daniel through the first sector though, but that's on their earlier time before track evolution. Apparently it was a purple sector one. Okay. Hey, I might have to go up again even though it's Monaco. Surely not. Surely not. I am definitely weaker at the latter parts of the track though.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
Nail it out the final corner whilst trying to maintain as much traction as possible at the back of the car. 111.4 is good enough for, as someone's in the wall in an RB, P16 only. So we qualified in 16th in Imola because I made a mistake. Here we qualify in P16 on outright pace at Monaco, which is why we left the difficulty where it was from Imola. Lando and George putting in spectacular lap times. K-Mag in a 1:11.12 gets through to Q2 for the first time in his short career in this save. And, well, I'm not sure which RB it was, but one of them is out. Whether it's Yuki or Daniel, they will start no further than P15 right in front of us. But I will start P16. A 1:11.4 for me is the best lap I've put in all weekend, I think. But unfortunately, not enough to get me through. It's going to have to be strategy that's going to try and potentially earn us some points here in Monaco. Max on pole, and a 1:10.4 is his time. Checo makes it a Red Bull front row. Intrigued to see which RB it was that hit the wall in qualifying. Alonso P3, which is a great position for him to start in that Aston Martin. Sainz only P7 in the Ferrari is not great. Tsunoda and Ricciardo. Oh, so they hit the wall, but they were able to continue. Both not both RBs making it through. Stroll got a penalty. I start 16th anyway, so nobody behind has taken a penalty.
And Joe Guan Yu.
Intriguing. So Daniel Ricciardo was out actually and was P11 unless Stroll must have qualified ahead of either both of them or one of the RBs, and they both were out.
With this being
But
a
I'm
high
not sure what
downforce
strategy.
circuit, we're not going to have quite the same top speed we have at other tracks.
Look
The
at that.
good news is though, it's going to make our
tyre wear wise, we might have a fantastic advantage here. I start right behind my teammates. Actually, K-Mag that starts P15. So you're P12 in Q1, and then you poop to the bed in Q2. Although Lando and Oscar both are out in Q2. Both the McLarens, I failed to notice when we were going through the grid, are outside the points as we start the race. I'm expecting safety cars here, and probably a few of them, because of the errors that the AI keep making. But look at the difference. Rex, I can save almost, more than 20 seconds just with my tyre wear. Now, I don't know whether to go mediums and then put on the hards and try and be a roadblock and go for track position, or start on the hards, go as long as possible and be a roadblock, and then if there's a safety car, make a switch to the mediums. But that's great time that we can make, hopefully. And fuel-wise, I'm not sure what we need to do. Fuel load, it recommends 84 to 110, so I can probably put in... Well, let's be honest, we expect safety cars, so I'm going to put bang on 78 laps worth of fuel in, and we'll save some under a safety car, which undoubtedly will come out at least once, I'm sure. Okay, no tyre temperature whatsoever in the front, which is excellent. We won't need the fronts off the start. We need the rears to be in a good position. Start a little bit straighter, because of course the start-finish straight bends round to the right. So I'm trying to just go straight on here if I can. And try and cut off the guy on my inside, which hasn't worked because Ocon on the mediums has gone straight up the inside and will nab P16 off me. Try and see if we can make anything up the hill, but we won't do a Kevin Magnussen from real life. Any mistakes from anyone here would be very profitable for us, although also potentially cause chaos. Someone's going for my inside though, or outside, sorry, should I say. It's Valtteri Bottas who's done me. A little bit of wheel spin there, but we're getting back down into Mirabeau. Can't cut across though, but it is almost single file through here. Alex Albon dives up the inside. Bottas could take both Hasses at the hairpin. Valtteri Bottas on those medium tyres is racy in these opening stages. Wow. VB, what a move. Fair dues. Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say, that was great driving. Valtteri Bottas showed some great driving. Taken both Hasses in. Oh, okay. VSC's out. Someone's crashed somewhere. Alexander Albon is out of the session. I've lost my front wing, and I need to see what the hell happened to Alex Albon there, because there's been a big accident already. Where's the Williams? Oh, he's gone for a move up the inside here. I bet he's just hit the wall, has he? He's clipped the wall there, and then he's going to catch this wall here. Bosh. There goes his front wheel. And then everybody's going to get stuck behind him. That's not gone very well. If it might be a red flag. If it's not, then we're just going to dip into the pits and change my front wing and pop on a set of mediums, knowing that we can come back to the hards later if we need to. But, oof, that's not great for me, actually, in terms of strategy, because I was kind of hoping to go long on those hards. But if there's been a safety car on lap 1, then there's probably going to be one later in the race as well.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end
So
of
into the
this
pits we
lap.
come. There you go. Change our front wing, whack on a set of mediums. We will now be running last. K-Mag is also coming in behind me. I will not be running last. My teammate will, because he's going to double stack. Might be a tactical change on his part. Or he's got damage too. Not sure which. Oh, it's taken an age to change my front wing. A 9-second stop there, despite an optimal turn-in. Not superb. Not superb. Oh, there was a problem attaching the front wing. That's good. Well, we'll try and...
One stop left.
One stop left? Yeah. Well, we'll stop on the next safety car, because undoubtedly there will be one. And then we can probably put those hards back on, and supposedly the hards will do 80 laps. So we can whack the hards we just took off back on again, and probably go to the end. I think there might be multiple safety cars in this Grand Prix, don't you? Just put the fastest lap of the race in under the safety car. I've never done that before in my life. Saf did it in a Creator Series race last season, I think, at the end of F1 23. I have now set the fastest lap of the race under the safety car.
This lap.
Safety car in this lap. Tyre temps are okay. Kevin Magnussen behind me is on the hard tyre, but he went hard during the VSC, or under the now full safety car. So, Kevin still does have to stop again, which is annoying, because he could maybe
Tyre condition still
taken it to the end if he'd have started on the mediums and gone to those hards. But he definitely has to stop again now. It is what it is. I'm sure we'll be fine. And I'm not worried about having fallen slightly further behind Logan Sargent, because let's be honest, they are going to concertina up through the hairpin on this, hopefully, first full flying lap. We only made it about 2/3 of the way around the circuit before the safety car came out last time around. And there you go, that gap has been now closed. We know, though, I'm not strong around here, so I have to use a lot of battery to be able to compete, I think. Might end up being a bit of a moving roadblock later. That's fine. You guys know what I'm like at Monaco, especially in Season 1 of any given F1 save. Or lock up from Esteban Ocon. He's into the wall. There might be some front wing there. There might be an entire front wing there. I'm not sure. Esteban definitely getting damage from that, for sure. How much damage? I don't know. We'll find out in due course. How well is he going to stop into the chicane here? Nouvelle chicane. Out the tunnel. Into the bright sunshine. Whack it onto the brakes. And I'm more my attention, my focus is actually just looking at Ocon at the minute to see what damage he's got, and if he'll pit. Surely he will. After whacking the wall. No, Ocon continues. Track position is king around here, and Esteban Ocon fully understands that. Also say thank you to Papa Kenzie for his 12th month subscribe to the YouTube channel. To the Twitch channel. Cheers, pal. Now, we might need to get past Ocon here, because I have a funny feeling with damage, he's only going to... Well, it's not even a funny feeling, I'm sure. With damage, he's only going to slow all of us up here. So Logan is either going to have to make a move and get brave, or I'm going to have to try and take both of them somehow over the next few laps. I'm getting just too much wheel spin at the minute. Losing loads of time stuck behind Ocon, though. Loads of time. Really need to get past these now. We've been biding our time as best we can, but just don't think another safety car is going to come in a minute. So I might just go for a cheeky lunge up the inside of Logan Sargent, which we've done, but he's held on around the outside there. He'll have the inside for here, then I'll have the inside for here, and that is the position. Ocon with another mistake there. Right, okay. Sargent dealt with. Now Esteban Ocon, Bottas is now 8 seconds down the road. That's how much time we've lost sat behind the Alpine. Time to dispatch him and then disappear into the distance as best we can. Definitely getting held up by Esteban Ocon here now. If I could have gotten a decent run, I might have tried to get him into the first turn, but we're just not close enough. It's probably going to be a case of trying the same move on Esteban that we did on Logan Sargent, to be honest. The trio in front are gapping, as you can see. The gap to Bottas is now 8.7. They're getting dragged along a little bit, perhaps, by the McLaren. But hello, Esteban. Same to you as you did to Logie Sarge. On the outside, I think Esteban drove into me there. But we've gotten the position. We are through. Right, can we do anything about that gap in front? I keep out the corner of my eye seeing the two bright green Saubers on the minimap and thinking that a yellow flag's come out when it hasn't, which is quite off-putting at the moment. Now then, 9 seconds the gap. Are we able to get away from Ocon, etc.? Can we close on those in front? If we aren't closing, then it might be worth boxing for that set of hards again and then trying to take those to the end. But Let's give it 2 or 3 laps first to get a true idea of what our pace is like compared to those in front. Because I'll use a bit of battery now as well. We are gapping Ocon though, which is good to know. We do have the pace.
Drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
Do have the pace on those that were holding us up. Shows that at least we should be good to maybe make another few positions before the end of the race. Safety car providing.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
7 seconds down the road, Mark. I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to get any sort of aerodynamic wake or slipstream or dirty air this far back. But that gap is closing. So when we get there, we'll be fully aware of any negative aerodynamic effects on the car. We've properly gapped Ocon and Sargent behind, etc. It just shows you the sort of time we were losing behind the Alpine. I am going to have to save a considerable amount of fuel if there's no safety car between now and the end of the race, though. I'm anticipating that there will be. I'm really hoping that there will be. But at the same time, we might end up getting lapped. So I might not need to. I'm not sure yet which is going to be our saving grace, getting lapped or a safety car. But I'm burning a lot of fuel here to try and catch the gap. So it's just an extra factor to worry about. Coming down, isn't it, Mark? We're getting there. 5.7 now as we go around the hairpin. 5.3. Bottas must have made a mistake somewhere. Either that or I'm just much faster than them around the hairpin, all the way up to the hairpin. No, it's up to 5.6 again. Maybe there was no mistake. That was weird. Regardless, there's a 3-car battle in front of us, and then in front of them is a big old choo-choo behind an Alpine, which must be Gasly because Ocon's behind me. The Alpine is not a very quick car, as you have been able to tell from real life and the performance index in-game. We are faster than the Alpines, we're faster than the Williams, and we're faster than the Saubers, just on paper anyway. So we should be aiming for 13th or 14th in terms of genuine pace and position. So the fact that we're gaining on the Saubers isn't a surprise. But tyre wear is going to become a concern very soon. And already I am starting to worry about fuel. I'm pretty sure I will get lapped at least once. Well, I will get lapped once. Probably not twice, but I'm probably going to need to still save some fuel. Because we're at a third race distance, nearly. Nearly at third race distance. And I've already used 0.4 laps worth of fuel. So I will be definitely well over 1 lap's worth of fuel needed to be saved by the end of the race. So I will need to either get lapped twice or save a bit of fuel. Or safety car, please. Probably both, actually. I'll probably need a safety car and to get lapped, but we'll see what happens. That felt quite good through there, actually, despite the wearing rubber. I am toying with the idea of catching this lot and then actually boxing as soon as I've got a free pit stop behind and I won't lose any time. Sorry, rephrase, I won't lose any positions. Whacking the hards on and then trying to take them to the end. It's probably the play, I think. Take the free pit stop when we've got the time behind, so we don't get held up by those in front that we're clearly faster than. And then when everyone else pits, we should just jump them. That's the theory anyway. In practice, it could be entirely different. Bottas might be a little bit vulnerable, actually. I might try and take Valtteri before boxing. I'm just concerned about how long it's going to be until the end of the race. I think pitting now is still slightly too early. I can see off Valtteri.
The car behind. Really good stuff.
Without too much concern, then we might be able to extend this stint a little longer. The leaders are now catching, or at least the leader, Max Verstappen, has caught the gaggle behind us. So that says we're only 25 seconds or so away from getting lapped. So you never know, I might end up 2 laps down here. That would be favourable. I think these guys are really struggling with their tyres now. Some of them that started on the mediums will obviously have done a couple of laps longer than we have on ours, and our tyres are definitely letting go on us now. It will eventually become a point of the tyres are dead, but track position is king and everybody's just lapping super slowly, trying not to hit a wall, but at the same time it's impossible to overtake at most places on most occasions here in Monaco. So we will box this lap, whack on the set of hard tyres that we started the race on, and take them, or attempt to take them at least, the 48 laps remaining to the end of the Grand Prix. So a risk here, but I think it's a risk worth taking. We're going to box. We may even go a lap down behind Max Verstappen here through the pits. And I've just noticed that Sargent is past Ocon as well. Logan Sargent has taken Esteban Ocon and is now closing in.
Okay, go, go, go. Perfect.
I say closing in. He's pulling away from Ocon. I think we're still gapping him.
Pit strategy
I'm about to
complete.
get blue flags here with Max
Tyres through to the
Verstappen,
end now.
which is fine.
Blue flag, blue flag.
If we've got the pace. Let me let Max through. If we've got the pace, we'll try and stick with Max,
Okay, there are
and he might be able to
47
drag
laps
us
of
with
fuel
him
remaining.
to everybody else. 21 seconds now the gap to Bottas, so we only lost about 20-ish in the pits. Don't hear the waters. There goes any hope of sticking with Max Verstappen anyway. Purple first sector. Just confirmation again that we are the fastest car on track, but that's to be expected, being the car on significantly fresher tyres than anybody else. But it's giving the other teams the information that these hard tyres are quick at this stage of the race. We are faster than Max Verstappen here throughout the course of a whole lap,
We've got 44 laps of
but
fuel left.
with him being the race leader, I can't really justify trying to unlap myself. And at the same time, we're gaining time on those in front, hand over fist, and Valtteri Bottas has actually just
Okay,
pulled the
gap
trigger
to car ahead,
and is now in the pits.
16.3 seconds.
The gap is not going to be 16.3 seconds much longer. He will be behind us. The undercut is about to work on the Sauber. That will be another position for us, and we'll be up to P15. He's gone onto the hard tyres to take them to the end, but he's now considerably behind us. You can see that the time lost behind Max on that lap meant that we weren't able to set the fastest lap of the race. But we have gained 4.5 seconds on Valtteri Bottas. That just means that as the race goes on, we are gaining that plus more so on everybody else that isn't pitting yet. And if anyone boxes for damage, then we should gain more time on them as well. I've just noticed that the two McLarens are now right next to each other, and Lando has boxed. So Lando has pit and just come out. He's pit on lap 33. He's literally just pit and come out right behind his teammate, unfortunately for him. Now, if team orders were a thing, which they should be really, he'd say, "Excuse me, Oscar, let me through, please. We're on different strategies in different phases of the race." But I don't think they're doing that. Carlos Sainz has boxed, Fernando Alonso has boxed, and Charles Leclerc has also pit. So we're seeing the medium runners come in now. So we may well get ahead of Zhou Guanyu and Lando, and Oscar Piastri as well. But I don't think we'll get as far as catching Lance Stroll, unfortunately. But we'll see what the pace is like when everybody's boxed, see where we shake out, and if we might stand a chance of maybe closing in on that train that was in front of the trio that were in front of us, where the points currently lie. And a safety car at any point would be lovely too. Piastri and Zhou Guanyu in the pits, so boxing a lap later than their respective teammates. So we should, I think, be P13 now. And indeed we are. Gap to Stroll, 10.8-ish, 11 seconds. Now, do we or do we not have the pace? You'll notice Piastri's dropped behind Bottas as well. I wonder whether Piastri changed his wing. I don't think he did, otherwise he'd have lost position to Zhou as well. So Piastri's still running with damage. Gap to Lance Stroll, 10.9 seconds. Are we, or are we not, fast enough to close down the points? Or is this as far as our current progression gets without a safety car? We will find out. If we stand any chance of getting any points today, I'm going to need to unlap myself, or I'm going to need Max to stop soon.
The car ahead by 11.3 seconds.
I don't know whether I've got the pace on those in front or not, but at the minute, sat behind the Red Bull, we definitely aren't going to catch them. I think they're probably faster than me anyway, especially considering my tyres are a few laps worn now. But I'm going to try and unlap myself against the leader.
The next car is 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Max. Can I come through, please? I've got a warning for a collision with Verstappen. But now, I just need to gap him as quickly as humanly possible so I don't get more blue flags. Otherwise, we are knackered. And there is a yellow flag at turn 1. An RB has gone on. Will there be a safety car or will there not? No, the RB continues. No safety car. The RB continues. It's now telling me to cede position, which is really frustrating because we thought we'd just done enough to stay clear of Max. I will try, burn a lot of battery and gap him if I can, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do so. Probably just going to have to let Max back through here. Oh, and for the time being, our progress is halted. At present, without further drama, he says as he nearly crashes, it will be P13 for us today. I'm going to have to let Max back through. Yuki Tsunoda out of this session. Safety car. Yuki's gone on at turn 1, I think. Hit the wall. Let's have a look. Here he is. Is he trying to get out of the way of the Ferrari? Are they battling for position? I'm not sure. Either way, Yuki locks up, tries to make the corner, and bins it in a wall. Safety car is out. Now, annoyingly, I don't have any hard tyres left to go to. And also, I do have a fresh set of mediums, but they won't take me to the end. So this safety car has kind of come at the wrong point for me. We're only on lap 38. So we're pretty much half race distance. And at present, a medium set won't get me to the end, I don't think. And save all the fuel, please. I need to save a lot of fuel here because I would imagine now, with a safety car, the fact that we will unlap ourselves here as well, because Max surely will box, which indeed he does. We'll unlap ourselves. We will be able to go to the end and not get lapped. So I'm going to need to save a lot of fuel. Ricciardo comes out the pits there right next to us. But we're taking Yuki because he's out. We're taking Daniel because he boxed. Go around the safety car and we are in P11 now. So we are one place outside the points. Is it possible? Now we'll really save fuel because previously we've been actually not pushing but driving quite fast. Now we're going to crawl around the rest of that and watch that fuel gauge just tick up and up and up and up. We will not have to save fuel before the end of the race. We are good to go to the end on tyres and fuel. It's game on. That's the points directly in front of us. Any mistakes or any DNFs from anybody in the top 10 and we will get points. And there might be some mistakes here because unfortunately turns out it's practically impossible to code the real-life ruling of lapped cars may overtake under the safety car. Lapped cars may unlap themselves during the safety car. So there are, between us and the safety car, not 10 cars. There are more than 10 cars. So those that are, you can see there, just a little bit further up, that there are cars that technically are behind us on track. And they will have to get out of the way as soon as the safety car comes in and we're up to racing speed again. So that might cause yet more chaos into turn 1. We may see some DNFs. We may see another safety car come out. It might be absolute chaos. And we might end up getting ourselves into the points. Magnussen in P18 is just in front there, my teammate, and he's going to be the first one that's going to have to get out of the way. And we are racing once more. Let's see how it all pans out and unfolds. Don't have much tyre temp here. Just saw Marshall waving a blue flag there, so they are starting to let people through. Are they going to be able to do it in a safe manner? I don't know. There's Ocon doing so. Thank you, Esteban. The answer so far is yes, they are able to do it in a safe manner. K-Mag letting everyone through, and he's done it rather poorly. We do have a run now. We've got a run on Stroll. Stroll's got a run on Gasly. Are either of them going to go for a position? They are not. We're just able to keep it out the back of Lance Stroll's car. If I can stay within DRS range, that would be ideal. We might just have been able to do so. We'll try and make it past Pierre Gasly if we can. Or Lance Stroll for a point, but it is increasingly unlikely. Yellow flag. Short for. Oh, it's for Bottas. Bottas was right behind me. Bottas is no longer right behind me. He went on at the end of the first sector, locked up. Whether he hit the wall or not, I don't know, but he's gone into the wall at the end of Mirabeau. Had to let everybody through. And now we've got Daniel Ricciardo on medium tyres. Very soon to be particularly hot on my heels. I don't have the pace to stick with those in front. I need to stop doing that. But Daniel certainly will have the pace to get past me. And on medium tyres, Daniel might have the pace to, if he can get past me, challenge Stroll and Gasly for some points today as well.
Pace is strong, but be aware, these tyres need to go the distance.
They do need to go the distance, and at the minute, they will be pretty toasty when we get to full distance. Still 31 laps to go. The right-sided tyres are only that worn because I've had a little scrapey-roo of the outside wall after Tabac on maybe 2 occasions. So they won't go up until the other tyres, or they won't go up any further until the other tyres reach that level as well. Or, of course, I hit the wall again. So these tyres should take us to the end of the race. But Daniel is going to be very, very, very quick, comparatively to me, for the rest of the Grand Prix. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep him behind me or not. What's the yellow flag for? I've no idea. Oh, it's Logan Sargent getting lapped. Okay, that's annoying. I thought, oh, someone in front's retiring. No, they're not. They're just... someone behind is now getting lapped in front of me. Soon to be lapped by myself as well. And very quickly, Daniel Ricciardo too. Daniel's going to be a thorn in my side for the next 30 laps. Logan, if you could move out of the way rather sharpish, that'd be great, mate, because... Thank you. Daniel, thank you. Daniel is going to be trying to make an opportunistic move if one presents itself, which thankfully we have been able to avoid.
Gap to the car ahead is around 2 seconds.
And only going to grow, Mark. It's only getting bigger from here. These tyres are already hurting. We're on lap 54 of 78. The rears do not like... Well, it's probably because of the extra wear on the right-hand side, to be fair, but the rears are not happy right now. I'm starting to slide a lot when turning left. Which is a problem, because there's quite a few left turns here. Some of them quite important as well. An example of the back end stepping out on me. be really careful. I think we've got the pace on Piastri because he's got damage, but whether I can keep Daniel behind is a mystery at the minute. If we were maybe gapping Piastri by a little bit more, then we might have been able to get ourselves a free pit stop behind like we did before, and then box and come out behind Daniel and try and close him down and get a position back again. Just have some pace at the end of the race and not just hang on, but don't have that luxury at the moment, so hanging on is what we're doing. I don't know whether Daniel made a mistake, or maybe those medium tyres are starting to go themselves as well. We're obviously on a harder compound, but we know those mediums don't last that well because we had a set of them on ourselves earlier in the race, and they do fall away after about 20 laps or so. So Daniel is probably going to be struggling, maybe even more so than ourselves by the end of the race, despite the fact that we've done significantly more laps on our set than he has on his. The pressure from behind might ease a little bit as we progress further and further into the Grand Prix, provided I can make minimal mistakes. But so far we're doing alright. Holding Daniel at bay well enough. He's not really tried to have a look anywhere yet. And there hasn't really been anywhere where there would have been an opportunity for him to have a look anyway, so relatively comfortable at the minute in P11, and if someone in the top 10 wants to crash out, that would be lovely. I would gladly take a World Championship point. Not sure if they made a mistake in front, or whether I just happen to be in the zone and put in a fantastic lap, but oh no, never mind, I made a mistake and the gap's gone. I was going to say, the gap to Stroll has come down from like 4 to, well, nearly 3 then. So I lost traction coming out that last turn. Stroll is not far away from getting dropped out of the DRS of Pierre Gasly, which isn't worth much. Stop it, just. Isn't worth much around Monaco. I promise I haven't been doing that every lap. 2 or 3 highlights where I've been talking through there, and I have actually cut that again, but probably because I'm just not concentrating because I'm trying to talk. If Stroll does drop DRS, or Gasly does drop Stroll out of DRS, then we might find ourselves in a position to maybe catch Lance Stroll. I don't know. Daniel is now no longer a threat behind because his tyres have gone off. So now I feel like we are definitely guaranteed at least a P11. If, of course, we don't decide to make another pit stop between now and the end to put on the fresh set of... We could probably put softs on, to be honest, at this stage of the race. If there's a safety car, or even a VSC, I would consider boxing for softs. We probably would only lose the 1 position to Ricciardo at this stage if we were to box, because we've got a big enough gap to Piastri, and with deltas etc they wouldn't be able to close. And the gaps in front are pretty stable, aren't they?
Seconds.
Okay, so we're on lap 71. My tyres are very much complaining now. The gap to those in front just 3 or 4 laps ago was 2 something. It's now 7 and 8 something, and Daniel's closing back in on me from behind as well. The tyres have given up. Gap to Piastri even has dropped as well, so the chance of maybe boxing and trying to go for a fastest lap without losing too many positions is also gone now as well. So I'm going to be back to trying my best to keep Daniel Ricciardo behind me to the end of the race. We thought we were maybe going to be a threat for those in front, but the tyres just haven't quite hung on. I'm losing chunks of time everywhere now. I'm in a real pickle, actually. Daniel's more than a second a lap faster than me at the moment, so is everybody else. My tyres are toast. They're more than toast. They're absolutely burnt. And unfortunately, unless someone drops out the top 10, we're not gaining any more positions. And I'd be concerned that Daniel might just have the pace delta on us to just overtake me at pretty much will anywhere on the circuit he might like to, because I cannot get the power down anywhere remotely close to the way that they can, and I'm sliding in the corners. We are a boat right now. Might as well be in the harbour, not on track. This is not a very good car on significantly worn rubber. So that tyre wear upgrade that K-Mag's doing at the minute might actually be very welcome. Obviously the right hand side is because I've been scraping the wall here or there. The left hand side I haven't hit the wall at all, but they're still 30 and 27% respectively, and you've seen how the gaps have built in front over the course of this highlight, and how Daniel is now particularly keen on the back of me. Yellow flags. Red Bull has gone on and done something at the chicane. Has he crashed? Is he out? What's the story with that Red Bull? It's not Max Verstappen, it's Sergio Perez. It's now McLaren that's just gotten past him. He's gotten himself going again. What has Sergio Perez done here? Well, he's put it in a wall somehow. Not entirely too sure how he's done that. Whether he's done it all on his own or whether someone has clipped him at all. But I'm pretty sure, sir, you can't park there.
Use your overtake button.
Oh, God, I'm an absolute...
Gap to the car in front.
I know I used the phrase roadblock earlier, but I really am one right now. Daniel is like seconds a lap faster than me. And this is just why track position in Monaco is so important. Gap said they've gained 10 seconds on me plus Gasly and Stroll. But Daniel, in the moment, just can't get past. No damage from Checo that we're aware of, so he's not going to have to box and we're not going to gain a position. If he'd have crashed out, then Daniel and I would, at the moment, be fighting for a World Championship point. As it stands at the minute, we're not. Someone did make a very, very good point in live chat in the YouTube stream, that one of my objectives for my goals, for my staff members, my specialists, is to get the fastest lap in any session. And we, as of yet, have been unable to do that. Or end the session with the fastest lap. We did get the fastest lap earlier on in this session. God, Daniel is all over me like a rash. I'm about 2 to 3 seconds a lap slower than pretty much everybody else right now. So we could box if we think we definitely, and let's be honest with the gaps, unless there's a DNF, we are definitely not getting any points right now. So we could whack the softs on at the end of this lap and then have lap 77 and 78 to put the fastest lap of the race in. We'd be giving up the chance of maybe getting a point if someone in the front 10 DNFs at the end of the race, but it is highly unlikely right now. So I think I will box. I'll put some softs on and we'll try and get fastest lap. I might not get it, but I've got a full battery as well, so we may as well give it a go. These tyres are so unbelievably dead. You have absolutely no idea. I'm not driving on ice. It's worse than that. Oh shit, there's Verstappen. Well, it's just as well we boxed on 75 and not 76, because lap 76 is going to be spent warming the tyres up and getting back to racing speed, and then 77 will go for the fastest lap attempt. But Max Verstappen, if we'd have left it a lap later, would have finished the Grand Prix before we'd had a chance to set the fastest lap. So that was actually very, very lucky that we pit a lap sooner than we, in theory, needed to. Annoyingly, Max Verstappen might get in the bloody way now. So I've got a really good gap behind me from Verstappen to Alonso. So I might just back off here. I don't want to lose tyre temp, but we shouldn't do. We'll back off Verstappen so I can go for a fastest lap attempt and not get held up by the Red Bull. Alonso set for a P2 here, and then it's the Ferrari that are 3 and 4, but I'm not sure which in front of which. Here we go then, fastest lap attempt.
Gap ahead.
Maybe we'll have you on board for the whole lap as we go for the fastest lap of this Grand Prix on lap 77, which will be our last lap, because Max Verstappen now, at the moment, is on lap 78. So So we are actually on our last lap of the Grand Prix. As Max crosses the line, he will take the victory, and we hopefully will take the fastest lap of this Grand Prix right at the death there. But it's not even a personal best in the first sector. So I really need to put the hammer down, really. But Max Verstappen is actually coming significantly closer back to us, despite the fact we left a big gap. I hope we can get the fastest lap of the race. I'd be annoyed if we threw away a P11 for a P15 and we don't get it. It's a personal best, but not a purple sector 2. Not a great Rascas, to be honest. I might not get this, you know. Please. Please. No. A 13.1. It was only just faster than my fastest lap personal. That didn't go very well, did it? So Guan Yu gets driver of the day. How? I guess he made up the most positions. He did start last and finished like 13th maybe. Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix. GG's to him. It was Alonso in second, and it was Charles Leclerc ahead of Carlos Sainz. Max had the fastest lap, which was a 12.3, which I was absolutely nowhere near. If it weren't for Max, my 13.1 flat would have been the... No, it wouldn't. Lewis Hamilton did a 12.5. Ah, it would have been the third fastest lap of the race. It is the third fastest lap of the race. Never mind, no points for me, no points for Haas, but still a good fun race at Monaco, which sometimes you don't actually get. We're beating our rival, Logan Sargent, now with our rating rivalry. With regards to our teammate rivalry, we should be winning that continually against Kevin Magnussen. My driver rating is going to get very close to going up here, surely. We have indeed gone up. I'm now 71 rated overall. Still 48 to 52% in Kevin's favour at the moment on the recognition stakes, annoyingly. But we... Oh, don't do that one. Is that up a level? Oh, not even close. Not even close. Okay, so you need quite a bit of XP for the wind tunnel engineer one. Fair enough. Well, we're not going to go up with any of our specialists and gain any extra perks or boosts for the next round of the championship. But that next round of the championship will be in Canada, where we'll up the difficulty from 100 to 102 at the very least. So I could do that by pausing it here, I think. There you go. We'll up it to 102 for Canada and hope that we can at least remain competitive, which I think we should be able to. We've met our target for the season as well, contract performance update, and we've very nearly beaten Logan Sargent as well. So we have things that should hopefully pass on the way towards the Canadian Grand Prix. Go on, you rear floor under tray. Yes. Yes, the ignition system as well. And lots more resource points added. So I've got 500 points now. Have we gone up? No. We haven't gone up above any. Oh, there's a significant gap between... Actually, we're right with RB, but then there's a big jump. There's the front 5 and the bottom 5, as you can quite clearly see there. But we're right with RB. Ourselves and RB, Alpine and Williams are basically the same as each other, aren't we? Sauber a little bit slower. Aston Martin and Ferrari and Mercedes actually all locked with each other. McLaren aren't that far behind Red Bull. It was their terrible qualifying performance that cost McLaren in that last Grand Prix weekend. Still no discount on the front wing, which is annoying. No discount on the weight reduction there for the front nose structure either, and I haven't unlocked any more of the tyre blankets or the overall weight redistribution either, so it would be nice if we could do those sooner rather than later. Could go for fuel efficiency. Was a bit of an issue in the last race, but only because I took loads of fuel out, so I'll probably save it for the chassis or for the front wing in the next couple of Grand Prix. Actually, let me just throw my goals on. Complete the weekend with no more than 3 collisions. Complete 2 sessions without damaging your car. Should very much be able to do that in Canada. Reach 170 miles an hour or higher for 30 seconds during a race weekend. Let's be honest, that big long DRS straight in Canada will certainly be able to do that. Unavailable. Complete 1 session without using a flashback. LOL. 45 seconds in 4th gear during a race weekend. And then complete 1 practice program. We'll absolutely be able to do that as well. So goals set, and we can head to the race weekend and show you what the weather is going to be like here in Canada, which hopefully is going to be dry. Please be dry. Way! We're happy. Good. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. I'd very much appreciate your support on the content. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more content as well. But for now, come and join me on stream, actually. Links in the description down below, and you can watch it all live and see all 70 laps rather than just however many get edited into the video. But for now, that's it for me for today. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I appreciate it. Of course, the FC content continues over on the main channel, and everything goes on stream, so come and join me. But I'll see you next time, shall I? Okay, bye.